Hello and welcome to this speed build that I'm doing. So I'm doing a more kind of Halloweeny kind of build, and that's because it's almost Halloween. I want to do quite a few more of these. This is the first one that I've done, and it is Jack's house, Jack Skellington from The Nightmare Before Christmas, and it's kind of like a mix of a Halloween and a Christmas film, but it's one of my favourite films anyway. It's a Tim Burton one. So yeah, it's one of his animations, and I love like all of Tim Burton's ones. Are really good. And this is another one of Tim Burton's films. So if you haven't seen it already, I recommend you do see it. It's really good. It's not really a children's film. It's like The Corpse Bride, and that's another Tim Burton film, which is quite like this one. And yeah, this is quite a weird thing for me to do because you don't really see that much of Jack's house in the film. You kind of see him up in his tower where he does sciencey stuff, because he does experiments and stuff on like these Christmas baubles and the Christmas tree, because he's basically like trying to understand Christmas, and it just all goes wrong because the world that he lives in is like all Halloweeny. And yeah, so all the people from this Halloween world are trying to create Christmas, and basically it just turns Christmas into this nightmare of a holiday, and they basically ruin Christmas. But yeah, Jack was trying to do his best to become Santa, but he ends up kind of failing. And yeah, I kind of had to make this house a little bit different to how it is in the film, and that's because in the film it's really unrealistic. It was leaning over and everything, and we can't make houses and things we can't build houses in The Sims that lean. So I tried to make it look kind of crooked in a similar style, and I've got all the front porch and the steps and the tower and everything that's from the film, and the same kind of roof, and yeah, I put all these fancy little details on the roof just to make it look a little bit more spooky and crooked and old. And yeah, I couldn't fit stairs on the inside of the house, so I put them on the outside, and I think he does actually have some stairs on the outside of the house as well. But yeah, I think that just adds to the overall effect of it looking kind of, I don't know, higgledy-piggledy. So yeah, we use a lot of kind of old materials, old wood and bricks and stuff. I use those big doors that have the big door knockers on because I thought that's what they kind of have. Anyway, I don't have any plans for Halloween yet. Do you guys have any plans for Halloween? I'd like to know. If you leave me what you're doing, leave a comment as to what you're doing on Halloween in the comment section. Sorry, I don't know if that made sense, but I think you get what I mean. And I kind of placed windows everywhere, just kind of higgledy-piggledy, not thinking about it too much, and that's because that's how it looked. The house looked kind of not really thought about, and you're probably wondering why it kind of, the bottom bit, why that doesn't have windows and why that looks so weird. And that's because the house is actually on a rock, and the stairs go up onto the rock, and it's like a tiny bit of a mountain, kind of rocky terrain. So I just kind of surround the bottom of the house with rocks, as you can see here. And I start layering up some more, so you get to see some of how I actually layered it. I didn't show the entirety of how I layered it, but just because I thought it would probably be boring to watch, because it's just really repetitive. But yeah, I kind of use a mixture of these rocks and the stools. The ones that I've sized up that are kind of more grey coloured, they're like tables and things, are from the outdoor retreat pack, I think. So you will need that pack in order to have this in your game. I mean, you can still download this build anyway, even if you don't have the packs. It's just that the rocks, I think, will disappear, but you can just add in your own rocks. It's simple to do. You just kind of use bb.move objects cheat and then size them up and stuff, and I'm sure you all know how to do that already. So yeah, kind of just trying to make it look a little bit more natural, and I do some landscaping, but I don't show all of the landscaping that I do, just because again it gets repetitive. So yeah, like I said, I'm not got any plans for Halloween, but I have next week off college. No, off, I don't know whether to call it, right, okay, I'm doing a foundation year, and it's with UCB, so I have next week off, so that'll be great, but it's not great because at the same time I've got a big assignment to hand in, like a big project, and it's all about lines. Like, I'm doing art and design, and the brief that we were given is just lines, and we're just meant to do whatever we want with that. So I'm kind of looking at the lines of nature, like lines in nature, like, you know, like rivers and like trees, and like the bark has lines on it and all stuff like that. But then I'm also looking at how that connects with the city, like lines in the city, like architecture, all the lines of the structures and the skylines and cityscapes, and also people. So I'm looking at, you know, because inside the body you've got all like veins and bones and ligaments, and they're all kind of in line. I just want to like kind of join all those three things together, so nature, the city and people, and make it into a project. I've got to complete a sketchbook and some other work and stuff, and then present it in a little area. And I've only just started college, and they've already given me this to do. It's like, I'm not used to doing art because like for the past couple of years I've just been doing like sciences, so to me this is like really difficult to get myself to do all of this art. Like, I'm not used to doing coursework, I'm used to exams and revising, so yeah, this has been like a complete change for me, but it's been fun. So you can see here I'm kind of putting all these trees in to create a little bit of a backdrop, because Jack actually finds the Christmas world by accidentally stumbling upon it. He walks through a forest and he finds this door on a tree, and it's got like a little Christmas tree door, little Christmas tree like painted onto the door, and he goes through it, and that's how he gets into the Christmas land. So yeah, that's why I put trees on the back. Kind of put a big stone wall around his house, and in the pictures he has a big gate, so I did that, and now I'm trying to kind of make the downstairs area, which is like a kitchen, living room, dining room area. There isn't really like a settee, because it'd only be Jack living here, and I can't imagine he would, I don't know, I just can't imagine he'd actually cook or sit down and eat a meal or anything. But in order for your Sims to live in this, I had to include everything that they would need. In a bit you may recognise that there's not actually a bathroom in this, and that's because I put the bathroom outside. I made like a little outhouse, just because I don't know, it just seemed kind of more old style, and I just don't imagine that he would have one in his house, because I can't imagine he would need the toilet because he's a skeleton. So I also actually created Jack, which was kind of weird. He ended up looking really a little bit weird. I hope no one takes offence, because like I made him like very, very, very thin and very, very pale, and I don't want him to look, you know, but he's meant to look like a skeleton, if you get what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so that's how he looks. And there's this also like Day of the Dead makeup that has come with the Day of the Dead kind of theme that they're doing at the moment on The Sims. So I put that face paint on him so he looks more like a skeleton, and he's wearing the black suit that he always wears in the films. So yeah, I think it made him kind of look like him. It was just so that I could do it for the screenshots. Anyway, this is the upstairs where it's got his bed, and it's kind of just the laboratory, where he does all his experiments and things, and I kind of sneak a little Christmas wreath in there somewhere, so you might see it in the screenshots, you might not. Yeah, and I put these big paintings up in a few places in the house, just because I think he'd have big spooky paintings up. And the pieces of paper above his bed, they kind of reminded me of Sally, and that is a girl in the movie who fancies Jack. But yeah, anyway, we are at the screenshots, so I hope you liked the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and yeah, enjoy the screenshots.